Hello and welcome to my Unreal Engine 5 Inventory Setup Tutorial Episode 1.5. During this episode, we will walk through the steps necessary to create icons from static meshes using Blender. Without further ado, let's get started. There are two ways to get Blender. You can install it through Steam or download a standalone link, which you can find in the description. If you plan on using Steam, just search for Blender in the search bar and you will find the store page, and you can install Blender for free. Now that you have Blender, we need to go into your Unreal Engine project. Before we open our project, we're going to require some assets from the marketplace. Go to the marketplace and search for Infinity Blade and find the Infinity Blade props set. You will need to download it and add the pack to your project. Once you have the pack added, open your project. In your content browser, you will notice a folder called Infinity Blade Assets. In this folder, you will find static meshes for some op-related items. For this tutorial, I will be using the Health Potion static mesh. We are going to open the Assets folder and go into Meshes, find the mesh. Once we find the mesh, we will right-click and select Asset Actions and go to Export. We will select where we would like to save the mesh. We will want to save this as a FBX file. Once the mesh has been exported, we will want to open Blender. We are going to open a new file, and for this, I usually select VFX. Once our project is open, we are going to import our FBX file we created. To do this, we go to Import and select FBX and find the file within the File Explorer. Now we select our camera and go to Camera Properties. From here, we can customize what our camera sees. We want to edit our X and Y value to move our camera appropriately. Focal length is our zoom. We want to focus our camera on our item as close as we can. Once this is done, we want to delete the UCX file that came along with our mesh. Now our item looks correct. I'm going to right-clicking the tracking window and close the area. When we change our view, we get this weird pink color covering the entire item. This just means the item does not have a material attached. Before we get our material, we're going to go to Output Properties. I use 128 by 128 for my icons, but you can change this to your needs, of course. You want to make sure the item is arranged appropriately within the camera view. Now we go back to Unreal Engine and go into our static mesh. This will let us find the name of our material. We search for the material and do the same thing so we can find the texture. We locate our texture and export it as a TGA file. To apply the texture inside Blender, we want to add a shading workspace. We are given a node system similar to Unreal Engine. To apply the texture, we need to click the folder icon and locate the texture. Now we can see our potion looks as it should. Now we should make the background transparent. This setting is found within the film section of the render settings. With this done, we are ready to render the image. We go to Render Image, which will open our render window. To export the file to Unreal Engine, we will save the image inside our project folder. Click Import in Unreal Engine, and the icon we just created should appear in our content browser. And this is how you make icons from static meshes using Blender. Make sure you like and subscribe to receive notifications of the next episode. You'll also want to check out some other videos from one of our channels listed in the description.